Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a short little episode on Abel. Most recently we took a trip to the Ochicos over the 4th of July weekend, and I got to test out the previous video where I showed you how to install a fan control switch or a fan clutch control switch, normally closed. It's supposed to close at 205 degrees. We found out as we were driving along that the switch actually closes when the block temperature is at like 220 to 225. And as some of you know, if you've owned these trucks for a while, the warning light will come on at 230. We never had that happen, but I believe that if I can correct this by 10 degrees, it'll be like the perfect solution. So let me show you what I have going on right now and what we're going to do. Per the suggestions of some of the people on the Facebook LMTV page, I insulated the sensor with a short section of silicone hose. This didn't make a difference. It would still turn on at between 220 and 225. So now basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that silicone hose off, and we're going to install a 195 instead of a 205. So there should be a 10-degree difference. And the cool thing about this little switch is it has a common and a normally open and a normally closed. This is the part number. I will try to leave a link in the description for this switch. I may have bought the last one on eBay, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere else. These are about 60 bucks. Alternatively, this is something I might do in the future. I bought some 3/16 stainless weld-on half-inch NPT bungs. I'm not going to go this route right yet. I think that this will perfect what I'm trying to do, and hopefully it closes at 210, 215, and then or actually the fan turns on between 210 and 215, and then it shuts off around 195. This one would turn on, the one that I have installed now would turn on at like 220 to 225, and then it'd shut off right around 210 to 207. So like I said, if I can just reduce that a bit, I think it will be the perfect solution. I'm not going to show a time lapse of swapping that thing out because it sprays coolant everywhere, and I got to be quick with it, and it's really nothing you guys haven't seen before on this channel. But we'll get it swapped out, and then stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to show you how to test this in your driveway to see if it works. Okay guys, we got that sensor swapped out. No problem, with very little coolant loss. Now I'm going to show you how to test this in your driveway without moving your truck. Some of you guys were asking where the gauge I used is reading from. It's in the stock location right here. I just had to put an adapter on it to get it to fit in there. So it's reading temperature after the thermostat right here, and then this pipe right here would be temperature before the thermostat. So anyhow, this is where it's reading from. It's right here, the block temperature or the thermostat block temperature, whatever you want to call it. Okay guys, here's the trick. There's the gauge for the water temperature. There's the RPM we're currently at, and our parking brake is locked on. So the parking brake is on. What we want to do, we want to put the truck in drive, and you want to raise the RPM to about 900 or 1000. So high idle. And then what you want to do is you want to turn your AC on, because it's hot as the dickens in here. It's like 91 degrees in here. So you want to turn that on, and then you just sit back, relax, and eat some Honeycrisp apples with some peanut butter and watch your gauge go up. Eventually it's going to get to a point where the fans turn on, and then we'll know what that temperature is. So stay tuned. Okay, once your Honeycrisp apples and peanut butter is gone, you'll be at about this point. We're about 8 minutes in. So you basically just sit here and wait for this baby to get nice and warm, and then the fans are going to turn on at some point. Stay tuned. Here we are at 12 minutes. The thermostat is just starting to open up now. Stay tuned. Here we are about 20 minutes in. One thing you're going to want to keep in mind is that once the thermostat opens up fully, there'll be a slight pause in the temperature increase because it's trying to warm up all of the coolant that's available once the thermostat opens. So you just have to be patient. I'm going to guess that this will turn on between 205 and 210 now. Maybe a little bit past that, but we're going to find out here. We're at about 207. Do a little time lapse here before the fan turns on. Oh, I didn't even need to do a time lapse. It turned on at like 209. That's perfect. Let's see what it drops down to before it turns off. Turned off right at 200 degrees. Awesome. So I'm really happy with how that turned out, so I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to weld a bung into the stainless pipe there on the coolant lines. And like I said, if there's some of these left, I'll leave a link in the description. Alternatively, if you go back to the beginning of the video, you can see the part number on the box. But other than that, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode, guys. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a sub. And as always, you're going to want to stay tuned. We might have a little something coming up for the 790 Adventure if you're into that series. And we also have something coming up for the 901 Norden if you're into that build series. But other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other. And as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.